halftime where most of the money is made. They didn't get to the fourth quarter. The only people who got paid was the NFL. The people who pay good money, because football games ain't cheap, to go to the games. Are they issuing refunds? And this is where we get so caught up, and I talked about this before. We're so concerned about people who make money, continue to make money, we forget about all the little people. And I've told you before, you can't forget the little people who need these things to survive. The NFL is guaranteed money, period. Nobody who was working as a layperson, as a common person at that game, was making a lot of money. The beer salespeople, the hot dog people, the vendors, anybody who depended on tips, all that was gone. And we're concerned about this. Yes, this young man deserves, for those of you who are religious or for those of you who pray, he deserves all of that. You know, he had a toy foundation. Buffalo Mafia, Bill Mafia stepped up. It went from $300-400 to now it's over $6 million. That's a great thing. That's a great thing. We're talking toys. There are people, regular people, who are suffering. There are regular people who get killed, who don't have the means or the know-how to get these things done. And we don't jump on support them. The girl who got killed in Mexico, nobody started a campaign and raised $6 million for her. I ain't knocking what y'all doing. Please believe me, I'm not. This is the NFL. They can take care of their own. It is a billion-dollar industry. When it happens to a normal person, where are the normal people then? You know, it's kind of like the, I forgot. There was some rich person who asked for birthday presents. People donated almost $3 million to a millionaire's daughter. I'm just like, where are we with this? At some point, it has to make sense. It has to make sense. And you know, Mason, when we had the courthouse shooting, we lost. Teasley was killed in the courthouse shooting. There was a deputy who was in the courthouse whose gun was taken. Guess what they did with him once the guy got free of the courthouse? They put him on a corner and made him man a corner and keep people away without a gun. He was part of the kidnapping. He had to suffer through that, and then he still had to work. There was no consolation. There was no time out. There was no pause for him. Nobody got to go home. Nobody got to sit back and say, of course they closed the courthouse, but the sheriff's department went on. And this is all I'm saying. And I've said this before. Why is it we continue to help millionaires make millions, but people who make $100 a month, $100 a week, whatever, there's no real compassion for them? Where is it? I guarantee you there are patients down in emergency rooms who have families. Nobody's doing anything for them. And it's your money. You can do with it as you please. But if you're gonna jump under the compassion umbrella and goodwill toward men and we need to stay together and pray, if that's your hustle, then do that. But do it for the people who need it. Yes, pray for the man, pray for his family. We're saying his name loud and proud. But what was taken up for Breonna Taylor's family? What was taken up? And her name was Shanquilla. I can't remember her last name. I think it was Robinson. What was taken up for her family? And those are the things that puzzle me, because I'm seeing people, you know, go off on the NFL about they shouldn't have played the game. Sports, NFL, boxing, not WWE, Ultimate Fighting. What's the fighting you like? Mixed martial arts, all of those. UFC. Those are brutal games. They are brutal games. Shit is gonna happen. We've seen on TV players get concussions. We've seen players get knocked out and not move. What happens? They have a TV timeout. They cart them off the field. Life goes on. What do we tell our kids? Life goes on. What's the saying? Cry, you cry alone. Smile, and the whole world smiles with you. I'm not knocking. Again, I'm not knocking what people want to say. but this is entertainment. And for us to put more compassion behind entertainment than we do behind real life. When the fire department loses a fireman in a fire because they're trying to save somebody else's house, what's done? They don't get to say, hey, we don't want to fight this fire no more because we lost somebody. They got to continue to do their job. They got to continue to do their job. And what happens? Nothing happens. When a construction worker falls to their death, they shut it down for a day, they do a accident investigation, and then they're back up. And again, my whole point is we love to speak on rich people and what happens to them because it's out there in front of us, and we want to jump on the bandwagon. And I'm okay with that too if the bandwagon does not have a support system. The NFL is one of the most lucrative businesses around. It's right up there with porn, excuse the comparison. They make it happen. They make it happen. They don't need our contributions. The NFL is guaranteed money. Guaranteed. But here we go. You know, I'm listening to one of the shows, and they saying one NFL player from another team sent money to feed this guy's family and the doctors that was working on him. You got to be joking. I understand the merit behind it, but do we really think that an NFL player's family is going to be starving? And that's what confuses me. I'm liking my producer Melody. She is already on it. She just made the hashtag "It's a Man's World." And you know, I've talked about this. Anytime a woman is involved in something, we don't have the same compassion and look out for them like we do for men. That is insane. But again, here we are, we're showing it. You know, we talked about one of the times, you know, for all the good Kyrie Irving did. He bought the George Floyd family a house. Why did they need a house? They got a multi-million-dollar settlement. But again, what have we done for Breonna Taylor? Her boyfriend got a settlement. Can't anybody tell me anything that was done for Breonna Taylor? And this ain't to start a battle of the sexes. I'm just saying, as a people, we have to stop following the follow me crowd because everybody's woke, everybody's conscious, everybody's a Imhotep or whatever it is, or a Namaste, whatever all that is. All these different names we want to be. Antoinette, that's a whole show. Hate is a strong word, but I'm co-signing you with the hate on that one. He's a predator. But we have to start looking out for the common person. Remember, I talked about even with boycotts. Boycotts are only effective if you can help the lowest common denominator, which is the common person. Because everybody can't afford to boycott a system because they have bills that are due. Antoinette, I'm gonna beg to differ with you. He doesn't find the money. He takes the quickest offer that will get him paid. But we'll have a sidebar about that. Because I investigated. But we have to do a better job. It's easy for us to follow what's being told to us because we don't want to do the research, because we don't want to go out and look for certain things. There are lots of people who need our help. And if you're going to help somebody, why not help the needy as opposed to the one that's being plastered on your face constantly over and over and over again, and you see them follow behind with multimillionaires. Somewhere there is no logic in that. But we feel good. It's kind of like feeding, when they have all these things around Thanksgiving to feed the hungry. And, you know, I ask people, what, is November the only time they get hungry? Where are these monthly? But everybody wants to do it in November. So why not take turns? Why not one group do it in January, another group do it in February, another group do it in March, and we make this holistic yearly thing where it's every month, every week, as opposed to 1,000 organizations doing it for the week of Thanksgiving, doing it for the week of Christmas, or they trying to crunch all of it in. And of course, it's their food banks. But why not? Why not just make it all around? If it wasn't for the World Wide Web, it would take much longer to get reliable info. And I disagree. It wouldn't get around to as many as quickly, but we got TV. Like I say, Darryl Stingley got hurt on TV. Joe Theismann's leg got broke on TV. Alex Smith's leg got broke. The NFL is what it is. It's a power machine. There are lots of things we can get from TV. There are lots of things. Because if I'm remembering correctly, and I ain't throwing those shots, but most of us boycotted the NFL. So if you boycott the NFL, then why is this so important to you now? It's the same plantation. It's the same people who you say are using us as slaves. It's the same process. So what now all of a sudden you're a bandwagon jumper? Because I ain't boycotting the NFL. It's entertainment. I like it. It's making lots of black men millionaires. Like it or not, the NFL does what it's supposed to do. It doesn't force anybody to do anything. Anybody can walk away from it. And as I was talking to somebody the other day, there are lots of people who are in the media, because now they're broadcasters, they're play-by-play men, they're analysts who played the game. Some of them weren't even that good. One of my favorite shows is Speak with I forget his first name, but Acho. He was okay as a player. On his show Speak, the dude is hella intelligent. And he freely admits that he wasn't at the level of most of the people he interviews, or even some of the guests on his show. He wasn't at that level. He was a smart guy. He was well-spoken. He turned that into a TV show. Because it's funny, the best athletes seem to make the worst commentators. Which is worse, the NFL or record executive? Well, and I'm going to tell you right quick why that's a bad comparison. The NFL has a scheme. Record executives don't tell these rappers what songs to write. They write these songs anyway, and the record exec push these songs because that's what we like. If we don't want to hear mumble rap, if we don't want to hear music about hoes and robbing and all that stuff, we can control that. They don't do it on other stations. Same record executive, we control that narrative. If we don't want to hear about raping women, if we don't want to hear about shooting people over shoes, all we got to do is stop playing it. There's a whole generation that didn't grow up on that. And why is it so important now? Because we're losing touch. We're losing our ability to communicate. We're losing our ability to talk to the next generation. Everybody's so busy being busy that we only pay attention once we lose something. Explain the record deal contract, Mason. Who has a contract that says they gotta split negatively on their own race? That's what they choose to do. If not, then what's the guy's name? Why is Drake still hot? I mean, I don't listen to Drake music, but as far as I know, Drake ain't made no songs about killing nobody. Drake ain't made no songs about raping nobody. So why is Drake still hot? I ain't listened to a lot of Kendrick Lamar, but I hear people speak highly of him and put him in a different classification. So why is it that we still have people who can make money without doing all this other crazy stuff? That's not the... When we're taking accountability and responsibility, how long can we blame something on somebody else? Because at some point, we have a choice. Shannon Sharp, for those of you who watch, I don't know the show now, but the show is Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. To me, Skip Bayless said something really disrespectful to Shannon Sharp a couple weeks ago. Extremely disrespectful. To me, he wasn't talking to me. Shannon didn't get up. Shannon didn't say shut the F up. Shannon stayed there and took it. So maybe it wasn't that disrespectful to anybody else. It was who it was sent to. And people are saying what Shannon should have did. Well, why should Shannon do? Shannon didn't feel that way. But we felt that way. And they still kept watching the show. Shannon is doing the same thing most of us do with a job. He's paying bills. I made a post, For the longest, those of y'all who older than 40, we said this all the time because our parents taught us to it. Oh, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. So if words don't hurt him, he's still getting a check. Maybe it didn't bother Shannon. I've said before, I've had clients who don't speak to me in a manner that I would let regular people speak to me, but they pay me well. Is it worth it for those 3 or 4 words to lose that money? I would say under those circumstances, no, I don't do them on a regular basis. But hey, everybody has their own standard of what's acceptable to them. And if we're living in a world, especially now, where people are saying they can't afford this, they can't afford that, they can't afford this, this is too high. Would you leave a good paying job and suffer the consequences because somebody hurts your feelings when you swore that words don't hurt? But most people are in jail over some words. Every time somebody says something we don't agree, we want to counsel them, we want to fight them. I can't tell how many people want to fight me over something that was posted. But words don't hurt. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Prince was the ultimate businessman, but he didn't have to make songs he didn't want to make. He left because he saw where the money was. The money isn't is owning your masters. That's where the money is. Because when somebody uses it, whatever samples it, you get paid, not the company, and you get a portion. That was a business deal because Prince was never making trash music or mumble rap. That's still not on the record company executives. They put out what they know we'll listen to. They put out what the artist writes. The artist writes mumble rap. The artist writes disrespectful rap because that's what we listen to. That's what we play. That's what we hum. So they want to get paid. Nobody does this for the art of it. They do it for the paycheck of it. So these artists, these young boys, they see this money that's being thrown at them. But even when you buy the underground music before they make it big, listen to what they're talking about. Listen. You know, people are like, yo, man, I'm going to send you my side. I'm going to send you my son's rap music. Tell me what you think. And I'm hearing the same thing. Fuck that bitch. I'm going to shoot these people. I'm going to shoot up the club. I'm going to rob me a bank. I'm going to make big bank. And this is all we say over and over and over again. So now the mom is pushing this. The auntie's pushing this. The uncle is pushing this. This is what they're doing. And they want us to buy it. Support my child. Your child is singing about raping my daughter. Your child is talking about raping my wife. Your child is talking about breaking into my home. Why would I support that? Oh, we got to support our own. How do we support our own when our own is not supporting us? They're not saying nothing uplifting. They're not saying nothing that's going to make us smarter, brighter, more intelligent, or richer. They're saying things that we sit back and we listen to as they talk about the destruction of us. How does that make sense? Tell me the song that Marvin Gaye sang about breaking us down, about making us, about the destruction of the black man. Tell me the song for our popular artists in our day, Luther, Marvin Gaye, Smokey Robinson. Tell me what they sang about that got us here. Even if we go old school to rap, tell me what Chuck D was talking about. Tell me when Chuck D was talking about the demise of us, Public Enemy. So this new thing is we're supporting it. We give our kids money so they can support it. So they can support it. That's insanity by the real definition, not by a white man's definition, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That is not what Merriam-Webster says. So these are things that we have to do better about. And these are things when we are using our funds to make sense. Because in 2023, what you are going to learn is that you have the ability to be an ist. A racist. You have power to control the narrative. Stop saying what you don't control. You do control. As Mason so eloquently pointed out and got me on this topic, you control what the recording executives put out, because if we stop buying that crap, if we stop promoting that crap, they will stop pushing that crap. Trust me. Listen to another station sometime and tell me if you hear the same bullshit music on another station. So how are these other stations staying in business if they're not playing the same music? Tell me why Billy Joel is still relevant. Tell me why Janet Jackson is going on tour with Ludacris. Ludacris is a rapper What song that he sang a song about having hoes in different area codes? That was as bad as that's as worse as I can remember him talking about. So make it make sense. When we don't want to be accountable, when we don't want to be responsible, we say what somebody else is making us do, and then we sleep easier knowing that we're getting paid for BS because we can put the blame on somebody else's shoulder, even though everybody claims to be grown. Everybody claims to be the master of their own fate. They make their own decisions. Nobody controls them. So if nobody controls you, why are you making this anymore? And you know, Antoinette, very rarely do I listen to radio. I listen to a couple of things in the morning. But after that, I got CDs I play. I got some phone music already on my what do you call this thing? My computer. The radio is just not it. And when I choose to listen to the radio, I choose not to listen to black stations because they push negativity. They push it. They laugh and they chuckle about it. And then they'll tell us what we should be doing, all the while they're pushing the same stuff. Why is that? And one of my favorite spoken word pieces, and y'all can hear this a lot. We're giving our blocks away, one rock at a time, one block at a time, one gun at a time, for popularity. It's just to say that we're not going to stand up. We're not going to do this. We're going to let this just keep coming in because we don't have no control over it. And I'm just trying to figure out, because this is why I want you guys to embrace racism. I want you to be racist so that you can control the narrative. Stop saying we can't because we don't have power. You have the power to cut your radio off. You have the power to change the station. You have the power to create your own CDs. It ain't even that expensive no more. If you ain't got a CD player, get your thumb drive and download music. You control that narrative. You control that narrative. Nobody controls that for you. So embrace racism. Embrace being a racist. Embrace building up your neighborhood. Embrace shopping in your neighborhood. Part of Kwanzaa is, and Kwanzaa's over. Happy Kwanzaa, y'all. I posted all the 7 days, everything. Embrace intensely buying black from a business. Understand, hear me out on this. When you intentionally buy black, make sure it's a business that deserves your money. Don't intentionally buy black. Oh, buy my stuff, I'm black, support me. Why? Give me a good reason. Do you have a good product? Is your product priced reasonably? You don't have to be where the lowest person is who has money to do lower. Is your product affordable in this economy so that I don't have to let my family starve to support you? That's selfish. That ain't buying black. That's stupidity. And you know, I always use the narrative of my friend who owned the bookstore. B Dalton got the book for $10. He wanted to sell me the book for $36, and I got to drive 57 miles. That's insanity. But he wants me to support his business. So for the extra $26, 57 miles I got to drive in gas, that means we're going to miss a meal or two. How is that supporting the black business? That's at the destruction of mine. That's not smart. Don't get it twisted. Since Mason on the show, I gotta be honest, because Mason might try to call me out. I've done some stupid things. I have spent money foolishly, but I'm not going hungry because of either one of those decisions. I'm not going to ask anybody who depends on me to go hungry because either one of those decisions. Because, I got to support my boy, so let me go spend this extra money and we'll eat some bread sandwiches or some mayo sandwiches because the price of everything is going up. So now, but I had to support him because, I got to support my brothers. And y'all know how I feel about that whole thing, but I ain't finna get there. Melody, next time you on the show, you ain't even gonna be able to cheat. You have to go on and cut your camera on. Melody is just throwing little haymakers in here. I'm like you already. Oh man, I almost read it wrong. Melody says, "Now we need more essential barbs," and my mind show went to the gutter. Melody, I'm sorry. You're gonna learn who I am. Don't put black-owned businesses. No shade to the t-shirt, lotion, and jewelry makers. And exactly, you want me to buy a t-shirt from you, and okay, cool. I want to support your business. But then you got a t-shirt, a Hanes t-shirt, and you want me to pay $35 for it? You got to be shitting me. Man, I'm struggling. I'm trying to get to the top. And, my favorite thing is, You know, you're selling some shoes. Oh man, you buy Nike, you'll pay their price. That's a better quality product. But I don't buy Nike. But when I did, it was still a quality product. It had name recognition. They gave you refunds. They gave you lots of things. When you asking me, I'm gonna pick on you, Melody, since you're in the background now. When you asking me to buy Melody sneakers, what can I resell them for? Why is yours worth so? Why do you think yours is worth so much? Oh, mine is hand stitched. My feet don't know the difference. My feet just want to get from point A to point B. Whew, I'm in a room and it's kind of warm. I need an AC. Right. How many t-shirts people can you support? I have a friend who has a wing spot. I try to support him. My mother loves wings. So I try to support him every now and then. I mean, I ain't just going there, but you know, when I'm out and about, if I can find his wing shop, bam. Exactly. Roy asked for money for his fundraiser, but he never dropped the link. Melly, can you get on there and find what that link is so that Roy ain't guilty of asking for something and never dropping that link? I can't even defend him on that one. But again, if you're going to support a black business, when I ask you guys to support me, I do ask for the most valuable thing you got, which we call time. And I'm not a fan of that phrase. But I ask you guys for time. I ask you to share the page, ask your friends to like the page, things like that. I don't ask you for anything that really costs you money, because that's not what we're about. I want you to support me. I want you to help me become better. The better you make me, the more I appreciate you guys. This is why I take the time to speak to everybody. I do appreciate that you're giving me anywhere from 20 minutes to some of y'all stay with me for 2 hours. Antoinette, just to fuss at me. And I never get upset about you fussing. Because you're here. We're dialoguing. We're exchanging information. I appreciate that. But when we start promoting other businesses, Darren and Crystal has a eyelash. She just does an eyelash thing. I share her stuff. Cost me nothing to share. Cost me nothing to talk about this. These are the things that we can do. I want to say she got a customer whose mom came or something like that. I saw a little exchange on the page. I don't know, but it costs nothing for that. These are things we can do, as opposed to giving money continuously to rich people. Kanye West got some jeans, ripped them up. If anybody else wore Kanye's clothes, because I finally saw a whole outfit. If anybody wore his clothes and walked up to you, ladies, you would grab your purse. Fellas, you're going to move your shirt to the side so you can get a little bit closer to your pistol. He looks like a bum. I saw the price for this thing. I saw the price for this cut-up shirt that I wouldn't even donate to Goodwill. And he is charging $85 for this shirt. What the hell is that about? He's a genius. Y'all know, if you don't, I'm against predatory people. Kanye says things. Oh, we should support Kanye. I do Black History. I've talked about it. I am a Claudette fan. Claudette Colbert was the initial woman who was denied a seat.
Colvin.
I'm sorry, Colvin. Claudette Colvin. Nobody, what?
You said Colvin, you said Colvin.
Yeah. Claudette, as my editors over here telling me. Anyway, she was the original woman in Birmingham who was denied, who was made to give her a seat. She didn't. We didn't want to use her because she didn't fit the profile. She was the original. With that being said, Kanye said something about Rosa Parks. So how smart is he and what is his game plan? He said, and I listened, he said Rosa Parks was planted by the system. Have your own opinions. Everybody is entitled to their own opinion, but you can't sit back and keep telling me that I should support a man who is trying to denigrate freedom fighters. Even though she was chosen, I don't like the way she was chosen, but I wasn't asked. Just doing the research, I believe in giving credit where credit is due and pointing out the arrogance and the hypocrisy of Black people. We didn't like Claudette because she was young. She was a single mother. And she had a little too much color. Neither here nor there. But we can't keep being hypocrites. We can't keep supporting the people who got the money. Say a prayer for them if that's what you do. You know, it confuses me. It confuses. Huh?
I was going to say, unfortunately, that's one of the things they just had to do. You know, it was a messed up decision that they had to make by choosing the old whiter lady, but they did what they needed to do to get the job done.
And I'm hoping y'all heard that. And sometimes you have to make business decisions to get your point across. And that's why I can't be totally upset about it. I just don't like the fact that they don't give her enough credit. When we push all these movies that we got to see, and this is probably one of the things that agitate me most, is we talk about all these fictional movies. We never talk about the movies that we need to see about our history, the movies that we need to see with people who look like us. You know, I saw a post yesterday, that says, you know, anytime they portray in a movie about slavery or something else, they find all the black people in the world. As soon as they portray in movies about leaders or our kings, then they can't find no more black people. But again, that's something we support. All we got to do. Remember that movie that they stopped producing because everybody just went ham because they had all these white people? We control that. See, we can be racist. We can exhibit racism. We can control that narrative. We stop giving our power away. One rock at a time, one block at a time. Just stop. Take control. Share this. Tell people to stop supporting foolishness. You can throw them in a drink. I ain't even got the blue, but have some orange, brother. That's just a tin of alcohol in here. It's actually left over because something came up. But yeah, so those are the things that we gotta do better about. We gotta stop jumping on the bandwagon just because it's coming through. Take your time. Look at the bandwagon. Look at what it's supporting. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Are we doing this for the good of the lesser people who need our help? Or are we just doing something because everybody's donating to one cause and that's what we're doing? Again, Shanquella Robinson, where's her GoFundMe? Breonna Taylor, where's her GoFundMe? Why? But here we go. A millionaire gets hurt, everybody's sending something. Prince got sick, Michael Jackson got sick, 1 trillion people sending their condolences. But you won't do the same thing for your neighbor. You won't buy a loaf of bread or buy some orange juice for your sick neighbor because you're not popular. They're not popular. So why do it? I want to support somebody who's popular. Schools don't teach the way they should. They don't, Crystal. But parents don't parent the way they should. I have a clip. I'm sorry, I won't be able to show it to you. But there's a clip. There's a lady who had a son that was supposed to graduate. This is the school's fault. This is her fault. I'm not sure how he got from the 12th grade till they pushed him all the way back to the 9th grade. And she was like, nobody ever told her he couldn't read. And I talked about this before. How is it that you don't know your kids can't read? And I get that we all have life going on. Everybody doesn't have the ability to micromanage their kids because they're working. You can't do this, you can't do that. But none of these kids voted to be here. So when they're here, they're here. What's the phrase? You make time for the things that are important. We seem to only use that with relationships, sexual relationships. We don't use maternal or paternal things. We don't use that in the mom and pop concept. You make time for things that are important. How do we not make time for our kids? How do you not make time to see if they can read? How do you not make time to see if they can add? Is the school at fault? Yes, they're at fault for passing him along. Are you at fault for not going to meetings? Are you at fault for not checking his homework? Absolutely. And as teachers get paid, when they start talking about pay for performance and schools get paid for performance, guess what? A lot more kids are going to get shot through so that everybody can get their money. Who loses out? The school don't lose shit. They don't have to be accountable and responsible. They don't lose anything. If you get mad, one lady posted on thing and she was talking about a school that did her child wrong. And I asked, I said, well, when are you going to post the name of the school? She's like, well, I don't want to call the school out. So why even talk about it then? Why even talk about a school that's mishandling kids and letting things go on, but you're not going to call the school out? That's insanity. That's insanity, and you're contributing to the problem. Because on one hand, you say if you don't say something, you're a part of something. So you're holding a secret a school that's allowing sexual misconduct to go on. They're allowing students to be passed with no regard. Bless you. Why? Why? It makes no schools in our neighborhood don't teach, but when do we require that they teach? When do we require it? There was a time our parents used to come up to the schools and raise hell about stuff. Now the homework is so crazy, parents don't even want to talk about it because they too busy figuring out the homework. You know, Trina homeschools. She can control a lot of what's being taught. She controls that narrative. So in a few years, not like it could happen, if Zuri can't read, Trina can't blame but one person. If Zuri doesn't know Black history, Trina can't blame but one person. Most of us don't want to homeschool because, one, we don't have the time, two, we don't have the knowledge, three, we don't want to be held accountable and responsible. It's too easy to blame somebody else. That is the American way. In 2023, we're going to continue as we did in 2022. We're going to talk about accountability and responsibility. We can't keep blaming other people for choices that we make to be lazy or indifferent and thinking they should make us better people. At some point in life, you have to be responsible for making yourself a better person. That is your responsibility. If you have children, they're your responsibility. They are your responsibility. And this is something that we have got to pay more attention to. When they watch us do things, when they watch us, again, don't shoot the messenger. As they watch us go broke, spending money for Christmas, as they watch us value name brand items, as they watch us get everything that's popular, but we're suffering, what message are we sending them? What message are we sending them? When we teach them that rabbits lay eggs and it has something to do with Easter, what message are we sending them? We're filling them full of fantasy, and then we can't understand why they continue on their life of being misled. It was by us. But let's blame the schools. Let's blame this. Let's blame that. The hashtag each one teach two. Know better, do better. These are things that we control. I want you to embrace being a racist and showing racism. There's nothing wrong with it. Reclaim your power to your kids, your power to your community, your power to your family. Reclaim them. Make good things happen. Control the narrative to where you can say, hey, this is what I am doing for my community. Not for Prince, not for Michael Jackson, not for the Kardashians. Let's stop making millionaires millions. You're right, Mason. Not all of us do live in a fantasy land. And that's all I'm saying. And if fantasy gets you by, that's fine, but don't be upset with other people. Hold the right person accountable for what you're doing. We work for a group of people who didn't always do the right thing. Some of that got me in a lot of trouble. A lot of that got me in a lot of trouble. But hey, I was willing to bear the consequences. Everybody can't do that. And I get that, because bearing responsibility does require a bit of financial accountability and responsibility. Once I could afford to be suspended, I could go back to being who I truly was. When I was living paycheck to paycheck, I couldn't. Here we go. Start teaching financial literacy so that nobody is held to a substandard because they can't afford to do something different. They can't afford to make a difference because it's going to cost them. Because if we're honest, if we're brutally honest, nobody is going to take doing the right thing if it means being homeless. That's a dumb decision to make. Nobody's going to take doing the right thing if it means they got to lose something that they value. It doesn't make sense. So at some point you have to be there so that you can start doing the right things. You never taught your kids that a white guy left gifts under the tree or broke in your house in the middle of the night and didn't get shot, because we shooting everybody except this fat white dude who gets down the chimney. That's a whole other story. I ain't finna go there with you, Mason. But this is what we do, and this is what we got to stop doing. We have to be in a better position. I'm gonna get back on topic now. Mel, you with me? I think I want to take like a 2-3 minute break. Shoot me a thumbs up or something. I forgot what I did with the chat. Oh, here it is. Me and Mel, we learned how to work together. So just bear with me. Give me a thumbs up if we can take a two-minute break, Mel. Okay, I see her typing something. All right, so we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. All right? Y'all know what it is.
It's been difficult because I hadn't been able to see my grandchildren.
An expression on someone's face when you do something nice for them.
I miss all my friends in school.
Visit getvaccineanswers.org so you can make an informed decision about COVID-19 vaccine.
I'm returning to Clinton Parish, and Tampa's my community. I grew up here, went to school here, and my wife and I make our home here. What makes Tampa special are its people. So when I represent someone injured in my community, it's personal. Call my office and speak to a real lawyer and not some referral service. I will fight the insurance companies to get the settlement that you deserve. At the law office of Clinton Parish, we take the pain out of being hurt.
HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU. HBCU League Pass. Watch your favorite black colleges. Some of the best players in the land. HBCU League Pass. It's game time. I'm proud and I love my HBCU.
This is Brian Fulford. AD Drew and I are co-hosts of the BCSN Sports Wrap. We talk about all things related to HBCU athletics. From the games, teams, coaches, and fan interest stories, we cover it all. You can find our shows on Facebook at BCSN Sports Wrap, YouTube at MyJBN Online, and everywhere you listen to podcasts like Anchor, Spotify, Google, and Apple Podcasts. You can also find the show on the Jericho Broadcast Network's app. Make sure to download. We look forward to you joining the conversation and being a part of the show.
When times get dark, we can't see the help that's all around us. Let 211 be your guiding light for mental health and other resources. Call 211 or visit 211.org.
We are making the virtual HBCU experience available wherever you live through Stillman Online. We offer online degrees in business, criminal justice, psychology, and religion. Stillman also offers technology badges in cybersecurity and data analytics. You can participate in all student activities, fraternities and sororities, internships, graduation ceremonies, and much more. Apply for admission today at stillman.edu. Stillman College, where we prepare you for a different world.
If you think all pads are exactly the same, think again. This is Always Ultra Thins reinvented with the Always Triple Protection System. This pad wicks gushes 90% faster, absorbs even more so you can feel dry, and locks odors in. Rethink your pad for up to 100% leak-free and odor-free comfort with the totally reinvented Always Ultra Thins. This is always like never before.
Yo, y'all ain't gonna believe, man. This 6-second delay is just crazy. Now, let me just say something right quick, because I never give this guy enough credit. For those of y'all who can hear the music, this was done by one of my friends, because I had been saying I wanted some theme music. This is what friends do. So that's my partner. I call him DJ Hobo. His name is Horace Bonds, guy I work with. But this is how we do things to help promote each other. You know, during the pandemic, he started taking up DJing. I asked him for a couple of hits, and he sent me that. So, you know, maybe I can get Mason to do me Mason play the drum. Maybe I can get Mason to give me a little good drum solo or something. So And ladies and gentlemen, what we're gonna do this year is, we're gonna do the same thing. When you guys send me topics, I'm gonna try to get some information, have some guests. This is just my first show of the year. I didn't want to be pressed about it. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk about what it is you guys want to talk about. We're gonna still get some of my random thoughts. My super duper co-producer, Mel, gave me something good, and she gonna be on the show. She don't know it yet, but she gonna get her hair done. She gonna come on with a little fly outfit. She trying to put her boyfriend on the spot, but this is gonna be me and Mel. We're gonna have Roy in the background. So y'all let Mel know how this works. You know what I'm saying? She dealing with a bully. All right, one of the things I want to talk about, for those of y'all, and I want to talk about this last week, but something came up. For those of y'all who saw the post about the mattress, that was the craziest thing to me. This is the relationship portion of the show. That was the craziest thing to me. For those of y'all that didn't see it, this woman had been in a relationship with a guy. They were going to start living together, and she wanted him to get a new mattress. She wanted him to get a new mattress, and she was not going to help pay for it, but she wanted him to get a new mattress because of all the things that may have happened prior to her. I thought that was hilarious. Effing hilarious. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of y'all who can answer truthfully, if you can't answer truthfully, I'm good with it because I don't want to put nobody on the spot. Who gets a new mattress after every partner? Now, I know some of y'all, y'all, whatever. I don't know nothing about that life, and I respect that. But who gets a new mattress after every person? And I'm just thinking, as I read it, I'm looking, and I'm thinking, wow. So you've been sleeping with this guy almost a year on this mattress, and now you got an issue with it? This is the same mattress we made memories on. What in the heck? What in the heck? This the mattress that got you the girlfriend status. This the mattress that's got you wanting to come live with me. If the mattress needs to be replaced because it's lumpy dumpy, or, oh, I get all of that, but you want to replace it just because I was in it with somebody else? You got to be joking. Come on, what's next? I got to replace the car seats? You want me to replace that coffee table? What about that kitchen table that we did the last time? I mean, do you want me to replace everything I had sex on with somebody? You got to be joking. You got to be joking. I got to replace the pillow. You know how expensive pillows are here? Do you know how expensive mattresses are? And I'm looking at some of the responses, and I'm dying. I am dying laughing because this is crazy. And I got people trying to, what's up, Doc? I got people who are trying to defend why he should get a mattress. Oh, if it's that important, he should do it. If it's that important, why don't she do it? If something is that important, when you do it yourself, and for new mattresses a deal breaker after you've been sleeping on it and ain't nothing broke with it or nothing like that, that's the beginning of a control issue. Right, Brenda, you might as well get a whole new house because what? Now I got to tell you everywhere that we did something so you can do whatever? I mean, so what are we going to do now? Are we going to buy new underwear? We're going to buy new outfits? What are we doing? We having the coochie rejuvenation thing. We getting the penis rejuvenation. I mean, what are we doing? And it's like I'm looking at people. I'm looking at people in there, and see, Melly, that's something totally different. Did y'all get one? Did y'all get a new one when y'all got married? But who can get a whole new house in this economy, especially if we ain't paying for it? Just me? It's cheaper to get a new girlfriend. No, I got that. I'm saying, but before you got married, did y'all get a new mattress? And I'm looking at people talk about the energy and the spirits and all this and all that. What? If you in the bed with somebody and you feel a third person that you can't see, you might need to get your ass up out the bed with them. There's a problem going on. There is a problem. And as people ask, what do you do when you go to a hotel? Do you make them bring in new mattresses for your comfort? Or do you just sleep on we can't sleep on the floor because I'm sure they have. Do you sleep in the tub? Probably can't sleep there either. Where do you sleep? Kitchen sink? Where do you sleep? When y'all go out on places, where you sleep? I'm just broke men shouldn't even date, much less cheat. Melody, that's a whole nother show. That's why you gonna come on the show. We gonna hear the Melody gonna be one of my co-hosts, y'all. Don't y'all like the way she volunteered? I like that. And I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at one woman in particular who was saying she requires it for everybody, and that's crazy, right? Mason, no sheets on the mattress, no mattress pads. How you feeling these spirits in other bodies? And I'm thinking out loud. If we're in the bed and you feeling all this other stuff and you continue going, maybe that's what made everything so exciting. Maybe y'all should keep that mattress because y'all got other people in the bed with y'all. I ain't saying you a freak, but you might have freaky tendencies if all these people stop. You ain't never thought of what, Crystal? I'm just saying what the people said. This is not me. I'm just saying what the people said. So, and I'm just like, wow, this is, and there's some people who are really serious about this. And the most common thing was do it just to make her happy. What if it takes a mattress to make you happy? Mattresses aren't cheap. Next time you're unhappy, what is it going to take? And I'm just, have y'all had sex at your house? Did you have to get new stuff? I mean, what's the trade-off? And don't get me wrong, I was willing to get a new mattress when Trina came. But one, I can afford one. And two, just because it was an option that was available. But I do believe in my heart of hearts, if she would have came demanding that I get a new mattress, she would have been met with a shitload of resistance. Can't sleep on the couch. You done did the nest on the couch, Mason. Don't play. Don't play. You done did the nest on the couch. You did it with a chick, 3 chicks before her. Come on, where can you do it? What you gonna do? Steam the whole house? Tear it? I mean, again, what are you gonna do about the car, the back seat, wherever y'all did, the trunk, the hood? What are you gonna do about all that? Some of these scenarios, right? You use the floor too. So what you gonna do? You've been in the shower, so you gotta get a new shower. You gotta get a new towel. It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And again, who paid for this coochie penis rejuvenation treatment so that everybody can get something new? I don't want to be graphic and gross because y'all grown, so there is no graphical grossness because most of y'all done did some things I could never, ever imagine because see the whiteness of the beard? That's the purity thing. So this is a halo. It's just on the wrong side. So some of the stuff y'all, see, I saw it on your lawn. So you need new grass. And this is all I'm saying. So if I stayed at her place and that bed was squeaky, what would be that thought? Hey, I'm going to think at first she just might need a little oil or something. But, to get a new one, I've had sex on bad mattresses. I didn't require a new one. I just didn't go back. We found better places. But for it to be a requirement that you ain't willing to pay for, I don't know what it is, but clearly, if she don't want the mattress because it's been used, she can't want that same penis that you've been sticking to other people because it's it. You're right. That's what we're gonna call it, tune-up. Yeah, we're gonna get tune-ups. I'm confused. Come on, Melody, jump on in here. You with me? You know what I'm saying? You a shit star extraordinaire. Come on, give me something. I couldn't do nothing but laugh I'm looking at some of the responses. And they were more hilarious the more I looked at them. And I was just like, these people are something special. Like, for real, for real. Who would have thought that some of them could be so retardical? That this is what is truly bothering them. I left it up just because the comments wouldn't stop. I thought it was hilarious. People were getting upset, calling each other names, which, I usually don't promote, but sometimes foolishness and fuckery is on the menu, and it comes in spades. But who gets a mattress after every relationship? Who gets a new mattress? Who gets new underwear? Ladies, do you throw your clothes away when you get a new man? Mason, you might as well, hey man, when you gonna come on the show with me, brother? I don't need to start a new one without coming on with your boy first. Come on now, don't treat me like don't treat me. Come on now, we got history. Hey man, I can't wait till Mason get on the show. I can't tell. I can't wait to tell you about the history me and Mason got. It's Mason's fault I got married in the first place. Then it's Mason's fault I got divorced too. I'm blaming him for everything, but he's still my dude. Still my dude. When you coming on the show, Mason? Let's make a plan. But I'm looking at the things that was driving people to insanity, and I couldn't believe it that they were so passionate about it. I guess is a good word. Melanie, right quick, if I send you some pictures, can you post them if I put them in the chat? But yeah, that was just it was one of them things that I wouldn't have thought would have garnered so many comments. But damn, y'all went in. And it's one of them things that you never know. You post something and it takes a life of its own for something that you never thought would be that serious. And I'm trying to look up some of the comments right quick. So if y'all see me looking away, it's just because I'm there trying to pull up some of the more hilarious comments. But it was just crazy. And I'm listening. I'm reading all the different things that are being said. Let me just read this here right quick. My girlfriend wants me to get a new bed because I've had other girls in the current one. I think it's unreasonable until we move in together. She only stays with me a few times a week now. Should I just get a new bed? We've been dating for 11 months, and we met a few weeks after I had moved into a new apartment to be close to work. Last month, I moved back to my old apartment, and my girlfriend has been staying here a few nights a week. Yesterday, she asked me if I can get a new bed because she doesn't feel comfortable in my current one since other girls have been in it. I said, that's dumb, and it's not like the girl's presence was haunting the bed and she got mad. But I genuinely think it's an unreasonable request. I said we could buy a new one when we live together, but she said she doesn't want to have to use my current one until then. What do you guys think? Should I just get a new bed? She's not offering to pay either. I assume they're expensive. I know they're a hassle to move. The only thing he's wrong about is when you get a new mattress, they'll haul the old ones away for you. Almost 300 comments on this. Melody, soul ties may be real. But when you go to the hotel, who do you feel when you're in that bed? Do you feel somebody else? Do you ask for a room change? Do you ask for the newest room they've had? Do you ask for the room that was only for nuns and monks? I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for lots of friends who are just as confused as me. We're not talking about investing. We're talking about laying on the bed, Melody. Don't try to be cute. The soul ties is what they don't go to hotels? Well, make it help me out. Make it make sense for me, Melody. I want this one now. I want this one. Make it make sense. And you know, like I say, I saw it and I couldn't grasp the concept. It just right. We stand on the surface. It's a bed. It's kind of like Mason, my partner. Do we buy? If I get divorced, should I buy a new house? Should I buy new cars? Because I ain't finna knock these soul ties, but you gotta make them make sense to me if we're gonna start replacing things. And again, if we've had sex on this mattress, And let's be honest, because you came back for seconds. If we had good sex on this mattress, why are we gonna trade it in? We know it's comfortable. We know we can do what we do. You're not moving into the same house. So we got to buy a new house too? In today's market? Come on, Melody. Come on, Melody. Who can afford to move in today's market? Rent is off the chain. Off the chain. So a man, if a man gets a place, according to Melody and some other ones, he should never let a woman come over to his place. And if he don't let you come over, you ain't gonna trust him. But if he lets you come over, he gotta marry you because you ain't gonna want to be there with somebody else. That is not the way of the world. That is not the way of the world. So when we start talking about new beginnings, is that part of the new beginning? What? Hold on. What you finna? Who is hold on, Antoinette? Who is Trina? And what you finna burn some shit about? What you? Melanie got a boyfriend. We're trying to get him on the show because Melanie said something. As a judge will say, not today, not up in here. That's not what we finna do. No. What you talking about my trainer? What you finna load up Jeep and burn? Hold on. Don't be putting no ideas in nobody's head. But yeah, I just thought that was insane. And one of the things that we're gonna do, we're gonna talk about some posts from the show, from the page that are garnering way too much attention. That y'all are hilarious. And this is one of those things where you can have an opinion, and I appreciate everybody's opinion, which is why I very rarely get mine, because I want people to feel free to talk and express their opinion. But this is why I post them and just leave them and listen, so you get to hear so many different people and how they feel and what they think, so that we can stop saying we didn't know. You may not personally know, but listen to what's on other people's mind. So in that respect, it was good to see. It was good to see that some women were saying no, because they don't want to have to go through all the stuff of getting rid of things. As Melody said, they got soul ties. Melody, should a man make you get rid of any gifts that you got from another man? Are you willing to do that? If he bought you a dress, bought you some lingerie, bought you a ring, are you willing to get rid of all things, or does he have to replace them? And then vice versa. Are you going to replace all the things you want him to get rid of? Because if we're going to deal with reciprocity, what's fair is fair, right? And when we're talking about in this equation of equality, if we're going to start fresh, that means you got to tell me which one from the day. You know, it'd be like 3-4 a day. Hold on, Melody was talking trash again. Why you acting like that's not what y'all expect? I've had gifts thrown away. Melody, and I would tell you, if he made you throw something away, that's not a red flag. It's a full-fledged stop sign, unless it was something overly personal. Yeah, I wouldn't want Trina walk around with a shirt with her and her ex's name on it. But if he gave her a nice shirt, I really don't care. She has an engagement ring. I really don't care. Why would you throw it away? I mean, if she get hurt for money, you can sell it, but I'm not going to buy it. So there's some things, and this is where the conversations come in, because at some point you got to realize what's real, what's insecurity, and what's too much. Because again, as we talk about the tune-up, that's what we call them now. Thank you, Crystal. The tune-up, aka coochie and penis rejuvenation. Where does it stop? Where does it stop? You don't want that mouth on me that's been on somebody else. You don't want this that's been. I'm just kind of confused, because now we're getting really, really nitpicky. I'm not sucking your toes. Another man sucked your toes, so you're gonna have to go get your toes. You're gonna have to get your toes cut off. I mean, when does it stop? Now we got to do phlebotomies because I need to get his memories out of your head. When does it stop? when do you actively never ever have any more memories of your ex? Good, bad, or indifferent. Most of us think about our past, whether it's a song, a smell, a sight, or whatever. Oh, you thinking about him, so now we can't come down this street no more. Oh, you heard that song, so every time I listen, I don't know, I just made it up, Antoinette. So where does it stop? Where does it stop? Because at some point, we have to be mature enough to accept that, I think Antoinette said it, maybe Mason, our past made us who we are today. And whatever was in my past, the good, bad, and different, that's what made you want to come live with me. So why are you trying to change anything about it when this is what attracted you to me? And that's where you lose me on the practical side of it, because I can't undo what you did. But whatever it is you did, I like you now. So why would I want to undo it? Why would I? That's kind of illogical, I think. But maybe it's just me. Y'all ain't paying no attention to my race. I should did that a long time ago because y'all looking at my floor. And that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. At some point, we need to be more logical than emotional. Yes? Yes? Thank you. Thank you. So I got 2 more segments to do. But yeah, that was just, like I say, the news show, like I said, I'm gonna start off with my monologue. We're gonna talk about a topic or a current event, and then we may talk about another one. But then we're gonna always end on good notes. You already made some dinner. Hold on, what you eating, Crystal? Is tequila involved? Oh, hold on, and you gotta tell me now, because I don't want the kids hearing that. I don't want them to think bad about they uncle in another state. I'm already making myself part of the family because they got tequila and weed in Colorado. I'm going. I'm out. See, I got the colored ice cubes now because I was trying to be different. You always ready. You always got time for a drink. Oh yeah. So, Crystal. Oh shit, not Crystal. Melody. Baked chicken and some potatoes. I don't eat chicken, but hey, I ain't there, so I ain't gonna be selfish. No, when I come to Colorado, I can't travel with tequila. Will they let you take tequila through the airport? I'll be trying to get me locked up. I can't leave it because then y'all see me leaving. Y'all are incorrigible. Y'all supposed to be helping me be a better person. Y'all trying to get me tipsy. Melody, you got the first of those charts yet? I put up my chart because I forgot to do it last year, and people was asking me about it as we were talking about. I ain't paying y'all no attention. As we were talking about saving, because there are people who, whether it's the holidays or whether it's people who just need to learn how to start saving, how we can make it be less painful. Oh, my store bag. See, I know travelers. So I found some charts that tells you how to save money. The 52-week challenge, where you put that amount of money in your account every week. I did that one, and that's how I started. That's how I started some accounts, my Christmas accounts, even though I don't celebrate Christmas. But I changed one of them into a travel account. I changed one of them into a car repair account. Different things. And as you can see, yeah, go ahead and put it back up for me, Melody. Thanks. As you can see, with the 52-week challenge, all you do is, for whatever that week is, you put that amount of money in your account. And at the end of 52 weeks, you'll have $1,400. And that's if you just match the week. And it's not that hard. Other than, and you can flip this how you want to. Because November and December are kind of hard. Because in December, you're putting in almost $200. So that may be a lot to save in 1 month. So you may have to flip them, because the first 3-4 months, they're easy because you're only putting in $1, $2, $3, $4, like I said, whatever the week is. So if we were doing this right, at the end of this week, everybody should have $1 in their account. And this is just, like I said, I thought it was a great way to do it. I tried it because somebody showed it to me. And I was like, damn, this is pretty effing awesome. And this depends on what you're trying to save for, because one of them has where you can save $10,000. One of them have where you save almost $15,000. So this is based on what you have to save. So another thing I want to tell people, it's one of the things I learned in the military. As you learn to live off $800 a month, every time you get a raise, increase your savings. Don't increase your living expenses. This is what most of us do. We find something else. Can you show the $5? Do I have a $5 chart? Can you show the $5 chart, Melody? Oh, I see it. No, I don't see it. What's the $5 chart look like, Mason? Are you playing, or did I actually put up a $5 chart? Well, you do $5 a week, and I was doing so many. But put up another chart for me, Melody. Either one. But like I said, this is where you have to learn to. We have to stop doing things and not understanding what we're doing. We have to stop complaining about the money that we don't have when there are ways to save money. Can you blow it up just a little bit for me? All right, not just send it like that. Because this one, you'll have, right under $700. But this is, like I said, this is, I don't know how they came up with what you saving, but these are just ways. They call it the penny challenge. These are just ways to save money for those of us who aren't good saving it. And this is one of the things that, I keep talking about. We're going to do more about financial literacy. We're going to teach you ways to save that are painless. Even with your kids, as we always say, save the penny, save this, save that. This is something that we need to get into and be better at, because financial ignorance is a choice. If you drink sodas, if you smoke cigarettes, if you do this, if you do that, there are ways to take your vice and to make it something else. The one she just put up, the $5,000. This is $5,000 at the end of the year, and the most you ever put in is $125. But again, these are weekly. Let me know what you need. I got some that are bi-weekly. For those of you who can't save every week. But this is just, for me, it was pretty good, because typically what you're doing is putting in roughly $300 a month in savings. Like I said, that could be a lot for some people, because if you do $300 a month, that's only $3,600 at the end of the year, which is why it fluctuates to give you some playroom. But it does have you reassessing how you spend money. What's necessary and what's not necessary. These are things you do for the betterment of your situation. A lot of these are good. If you can do one of these, if you have kids, do one for each kid and look at what you'll get by the time they're ready to go to college, or by the time they're ready to move out the house. This is a nice little apartment warming gift, a nice house warming gift, a nice off to college gift. Don't give them access to it. You just let it build until they reach the age of not deportation, but departation, when they're leaving the house. Get them something to start with. You don't have to try to do this all in the 12th grade, because a lot of times parents are getting bombarded with all the things that come with being a senior and all this other stuff, because they haven't been saving for it. Well, knock on wood, if you have children, they live to be that age, you should be prepared for it. If you have children, talk to insurance people. A lot of time you can get them as a rider on your insurance policy for almost next to nothing if they're under 18. Go ahead and do this. I don't want this to be the sad part of the show, but things happen. Nobody wants to talk about death, and I don't either. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't be prepared for it. So if you have kids, get them, call your insurance company, get them on your rider. Get them on your rider. It's really cheap. It's cheaper than Netflix. You can get great insurance policies cheaper than Netflix. not $100,000, but you can get some pretty decent ones that'll take care of things. So that's just, you know, part of what I wanted to put out there. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, Mason. Everybody who said they like them and they appreciate them, because it gives them something. Because like most of us, something tangible, something we can print off works a whole lot better than just somebody telling us and then we forgetting it. Because now you can look at this, you can gauge where you are. Because that was all I did. I looked at it, see where I am, make sure I'm here. Your numbers will differ a little bit depending on who you bank with, because you're gonna start earning some interest. So you're gonna end up with some little change on the side. So this just deals in whole numbers. But it's a great tool. Like I said, I did it for several accounts, and I just changed them over from Christmas accounts to travel accounts to car accounts. See, I have one of these savings accounts that when my car needs work, I go straight there. I don't go to my money. I go to money that I've already saved up. Tires, bam. Oil change, bam. Tune-up change. It's already there. And these are little things that we can slowly do without breaking the bank, because very few people can afford to buy 4 tires at once all of a sudden. But if you've been putting $5, $10 away, when you get hit with that $300, $400 bill, it's like, oh shit, I got this over here. And like I say, you look at these, if you do the 52-week one, you got $1,300. You know, depending on what kind of car you got, a good tire or two, because you shouldn't need 4 at one time. But a good tire or two you can get for $300. You should be able to get 2 good tires for $300 unless you're a speed racer or a speed demon like me. So bam, you still got $1,000 left, and you can work back on putting it back. But you don't have to go into your regular account and put yourself in the hole. So I felt like sharing that one because I thought you guys needed, and a couple people asked me about it. And as brothers, yeah, have insurance for all your grandkids. You know, it and I forgot the name of them. I'll get somebody from one of my insurance agents to talk about it. Some you can turn over when they turn 18, they can cash them out again to use for whatever. And like I say, give me a couple of weeks. I'll have somebody else on here to talk about how you can do that, because these are the things that we should know. There's no need for me to know some of this stuff and keep it to myself. It sucks, and that's not what we're here for. You know, we're here to, what do? Melly gonna learn this. We give out problems, and we got to give solutions. There's no need in talking about what's wrong if we're not going to work on what's fixing it. Because that's just what we do. And I appreciate you guys for appreciating me. I appreciate you guys for joining me and giving me feedback, calling me and telling me thank you, or telling me I need to do a better job. I have no problem with constructive criticism. I have no problem with that, because I want y'all to enjoy spending time with me. So when I come to your house for a bite to eat, I'll be like, yo, that's that dude. Give me something to eat. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So yeah, those are on the page. They're on the Random Thoughts page, and if we're personal friends, they're on my personal pages. Just because I thought this is something that needed to be shared. It's 7:30, so we're gonna talk about the positive news. Positive, because I want y'all to always have something positive to leave here with. Meek Mill. And I'm not a rap fan or anything, but Meek Mill is somebody who I got into when I started paying attention, because y'all know I was a Patriot fan, and everybody got this image about this. Meek Mill, anyway, he paid for 20 women to get out of jail and bought them gifts for their family for the holidays. See, he's a rapper. These are things that even rappers can do to bring positivity to the situation. Being negative is a choice. It's a choice, and it's a choice that we have to stop being comfortable with. It's a choice that we have to stop letting people be comfortable with around us. There's something that everybody can do. Do we hold them to a standard? I'm not a Jay-Z and Beyonce fan as entertainers, but for me to knock the fact that they built women's shelters, for me to knock the fact some of the things they did is reckless, because there are lots of good things that they can do. And you got people like Meek Mill, you got the Beyoncés, you got the Sean Carters. I'm sorry, you got the Jay-Z's. I forgot his real name. No, it's not Sean Carter. But you got them, and they're doing good things. And what a lot of them don't do is they don't advertise, because they're doing it out of the goodness of their heart. So a lot of times it gets overlooked by glory seekers who want to do things and say, look at what I did, look at what I did. Meek Mill did his thing. I posted it. There are lots of good things that are going on. We have to be more in tune with sharing some of these good things, and letting people know it happens. People who just take care of people for no reason. Crystal said they took care of a neighbor who was sick. See, these are the good things that we can promote and let people see that these are things that go on in life, where we help people who can't help themselves. We help people who truly do need our help. Not people who, oh, you know, look at these shoes. They the Kanye's. They the this. We keep helping make millionaires millions, but we don't help the common man. That should be a problem. That should be a problem. That should be something that we don't want to keep contributing to our own downfall. When you have kids, Crystal, Mason, Brenda, give your own history to the kids. Teach them something that you know they won't get taught in school. Make them more aware of who they are, where they come from, what they have to be thankful for, so that when kids will be kids and everybody wants to be cruel because that's just the nature of the beast, they got things that they can toss back out to people to show that they're smart. Not what school taught them, but what they learned from their true village. This is who we are. This is what we do. This is why we are special. This is why we can be racist. This is why we can exhibit racism, because we have power. Nobody will take that power from us. These are the things that we control. We control our narrative. I control what TV shows I want to watch. I control what time I go shopping. I control what I want to eat tonight. These are things. Oh, we don't control networks. Well, networks don't control you. You can watch any show you want to. Nobody TV says you gotta watch CNN. Nobody TV says you have to watch Fox. You can watch MSNBC. You can watch PBS. You can watch whatever it is you want to watch. We have to take our power back and stop saying what we can't do because we don't have this. And then telling your kids they can be anything they want to because you're sending a mixed message that you invariably start to believe that you can't do something because you don't have the power. If you don't have the power and you know it, figure out how to get it. Life is kind of simple. Know your limitations. Once you know your limitations, everything else is a piece of cake. You don't own no football team. Well, it was never on my list of things to do, so I ain't lost nothing. I wanted a nice house. Got one. I wanted to do a podcast. Doing one. I wanted to be able to talk to the people and connect with. Doing that. So what am I missing out on? What am I missing out on? Oh, well, you should want this. No, that's what you want. I want to leave something behind, not just for my kids, but for my friends, for people who know me. I want them to be able to say, hey, I learned something from you. You taught me something. You made me think about something I would have never thought about. What's up, Sam? And this is all I'm here for, because this is what I come to you guys for. Sam gave me some information during the show. This is what constructive conversation is, where we're learning from each other, whether we agree or not. I am learning something. If I'm learning something, that means I'm expanding my horizons. That means my window is open a little bit more and more and more, because there may have been something that I didn't know how to do, but if I shut up and listen, bam, I know how to do. If somebody had not given me this 52-week challenge, I would have never knew how easy it was to start saving money without whining. Man, where am I gonna get this from? Where am I get that from? And then bam, I said, I didn't have no kids at one point. I wasn't really doing Christmas. When I did, Christmas cost me $200. But if I'm saving up $1,300, that still means I got $1,000. So now I can invest in this. Now I say, oh shit, I could just put this. Well, do I want to put it in my account and just add to it? Of course not. I'm gonna rename this account and call it this. My car account, I'm gonna rename this account and call it this. My travel account, I'm gonna rename my account and call it this. So now every account has a purpose, and it doesn't mess with my account where I got my house bills and everything else coming out of. Nothing is affected. All because somebody sent me they didn't send. I saw the 52-week challenge. I was like, man, this is crazy. I can say this kind of, especially when I was working hard. I'm making money. give up something. Oh yeah, I can do that. I can do this. So if you got to give up drinking, or if you got to give up clubbing, you know, one of the people I know told me how hard it was. I watched them go to the club and buy bottles. Bottles at the club is $2.25. There was no $2.25 payment on the 52-week challenge. So you just did all of this. Bam, you could have did this. But you keep looking for big chunks. Some things are slow processes. They're slow processes. Okay, I thought so. I wasn't sure, Sam. Thank you. And see, this is why I love doing this show. This is why I love you guys, truly in the real sense, because Samuel will keep me on my toes. Antoinette will keep me on my toes. Mason, who I personally know, will keep me on my toes. Brenda, who I personally know, will keep me on my toes. Crystal, one of my best supporters, will keep me on my toes, and she always makes me feel good about doing the show. These are the things that I need you guys for. Melody, my new friend and sometime co-host, is a little firecracker. I'm liking her. She got her own opinion. She learned something already. She told me I made her think about something. That's all this is about. It's making each other a little bit better. One thought at a time, one idea at a time, one solution at a time. This is what we have to start doing. Exactly, Anthony. Get a hair and nails account. If you're doing $1,000, I don't know what it costs. If you're doing $1,000 hair and nails, I don't know if that's good or bad. But you got an account, so you don't have to sit back and wait for it. And with my travel account, you pick somewhere you want to go. Once you get that much saved, you go. Life ain't just about working to pay bills. You have to do something for yourself. You have to do something for yourself so that you can enjoy life. So put money away. If all you want is a cashmere sweater that's $300, put it away. Once you save that amount, or you give yourself a task. One of my friends wants to stop smoking weed. He asked me, what should I do? You got to make a plan and do this. But what you have to do is give yourself rewards for meeting your goals to stop smoking. Give yourself a small reward for 1 week. Give yourself a small reward for 1 month. Give yourself a reward for 1 quarter. Give yourself a reward every quarter. Then give yourself a reward for doing it for a year. This is your incentive to keep doing it. You can only have these incentives when you're saving money. You know, he said, man, you know how much money I'm spending on weed? And I don't. But whatever you spend on weed, put that in an account now. And then you see at the end of the year all the things that you cost yourself because you want to smoke weed. And he's like, man, I'm glad I talked to you. That's a good idea. And these are the things that we have to do. Damn, Mason, you ain't ask your brother if he wanted to go to Costa Rica? Man, see, we supposed to be military, brother. We got the sheriff department. Sometimes these shows tell you who your true friends. I'm finna start blocking HG Mason. You're not as the kids will say, you're not my best friend no more. You're not my best friend no more. But that's kind of what we do. Melody, I want to apologize to you. This show is gonna almost make 2 hours. We ain't gonna quite get there because I'm gonna let y'all go early. But this is how you start saving. Once you learn to save, saving becomes easy because you learn to prioritize. What is it you need? What is it you want? When it's something you want, you ask yourself, have I earned this? And if not, you smile. And then you put money to the side. Oh man, I got pretty legs. Not that you can look at them. What's up, Ari? Ari's another somebody. Keep me on my toes. Keep me on my toes. Like having her around. But yeah, learning how to save money, learning how to prioritize my needs from my wants, helped me become better financially because it stopped making me be so dependent and so controllable. Because you got money set aside that ain't part of what you normally do. Oh no, we come to Colorado because we want some snow and some weed. And tequila. Tequila first. But you know what they say, come on down. Come on down. Because we ain't come there when the snow is hard. We don't like the hard snow. I'm having fun as usual. And I appreciate you guys. Melody, I truly do appreciate you. You got to come on back so we can do some videos because you on point. But we're gonna talk after the show. So I gave y'all my intro. I gave y'all some. We had a topic, and we talked about something fun with the mattress, and I'm giving y'all some financial advice and some good news all at the same time. I told y'all about Meek Mill and what he did, because I think that's a great thing. He picked 20 women. He got 20 women out of jail. Not only did he get them out, he gave them money so they could celebrate Christmas with their children. To me, it just doesn't get any better than that. It's no different than when Tyler Perry used to go to Walmart and pay off layaways. How effing awesome is that? How effing awesome is that? Brenda Curry, one of my friends, we were doing something one day, and I suggested for all the people who want to do something, pay off school lunches, donate some money to a school or something for the underprivileged kids. Brenda took part in that. These are things that we can do. This is why I like doing what I do, because there's nothing like for us who can afford to do it, even if you can't afford, who want to do something good for those who can't do for themselves. Go to a school, ask them about their lunch program, how many kids are behind, and pay off some of them, so that these kids can eat, because their parents don't have the money to keep it up. They make too much money to get free lunch, but they don't make enough money where they can afford to pay for lunch all the time. These kids, man, it's about the kids. They can't study, they can't pay attention because they're hungry. There's nothing like paying off. There's nothing like just donating money to a teacher. Shaq is great at doing it. Remember with the sheriff's department, Shaq used to come with 18 wheelers and donate toys. He did this without a whole lot of fanfare a lot of times. These are things that I know, not that I heard. These are things that I know. And but we can do it. We can do it on a smaller scale. One of my clients / friend would go to the grocery store and just sit on the bench and pick people at random to pay for their groceries. Awesome thing. It just was so amazing just to watch him just sit there and look at people. You see a woman got 3, 4 kids, got a thing full of groceries. When they ring everything up, he'd walk over there with his black card and just bam, and walk away. No pictures, no nothing. Just walk away. And first of all, like, is he for real? But once that thing go through and it say accept, he signed, it's a wrap. What you gonna do? Turn it down? He can afford to do that on a grand scale. It pleases his heart. Do it for total strangers. No pictures, no fanfare, no nothing. He ain't telling who he is, nothing. He doesn't want anything other than, as Mason said, the look on their faces, the happiness. Few of them cry, but that's what he got out of it. He saw the appreciation. That made it all worth it. So with that being said, Melody, we ready to call. Y'all got any questions for me before I get Melody back in here? Y'all got any questions for me before we leave? Again, if you got something you want me to talk about, shoot me. However you get in touch with me. You can inbox me at Random Thoughts. You can inbox me on my personal pages if we friends. If not, you can, if you got my number, you can inbox me and just send me topics that you guys want to talk about. Because sometimes I'm confused. I don't know what the hell going on. I have nothing, which is why the show is called Random Thoughts. But I'm always willing to find somebody who knows something, who can come on the show with me and talk about things that you guys are asking me about. These scenarios I get that I pull some from inbox, some from other sites, just to get the conversation, because we have to get used to having uncomfortable conversations. That's where we learn things. All the conversations can't be so politically correct that we don't know what's going on in the world. Everything can't be hunky-dory, but we got to learn to get over anything that's holding us down. Yeah, it's okay to cry. Get back up. Y'all know I suffer from depression. It's okay for me to be depressed. I can't let depression get the best of me. Crystal, today. Oh, okay, about the girl taking the 20K. Okay, so yeah, when y'all say talk about a post, you got to give me more information, because a lot of times there's 3, 4, 5, 6 posts, because I have a team and we all try to post something. So yeah, let me know which post. So next week we're gonna talk about the girl who stole the 20K. I'm kind of sketchy on that because I don't think you can do that with Zelle, but who knows? If I do the saving trust, I'm gonna use for one of your suggestions. That's what's up. Like I said, it's just to educate and share, because if I share with you and you share with somebody else, each one it's a thing that there's no need to be selfish. There's no need to be selfish. You taking your neighbor to dinner? Hold on, you ain't even took me to dinner. How you taking your neighbor to dinner, Antoinette? Hey, listen. Oh, good Lord, Mason. No, I done called you, so why you ask me that, Mason? No, it does not. I'll send it to you. I don't know how you ain't got it, because we talked. We've talked several times. You suck. This is how my friends are. They got my number. They don't know how to get in touch with me, and I've talked to them. I talked to Mason. Yeah, I'm gonna block Mason after this. Let me give him the sad face. Yeah, the sad face, Mason. Thank you, Bruno. And like I said, it's all about doing good where you can, when you can. Melody, we got anything we need to get out? Did you post a link for Roy's thing so that Antoinette won't be saying what Roy didn't do? Because I ain't taking no hits for that, brother. Not nan. Yeah, and ain't that crazy? I mean, I just talked to Mason. I talked to him. Not through Messenger or none of the other stuff. We like spoke. Hold on. Melody sending me messages. Mention the donation link again. Cause I'm doing the show. Man, she's a tyrant. Post the link, Melody. I can't believe this. Don't be putting it in the chat. Don't make me show the people. She harassing me, y'all. See them little things up there. She harassing me. Can y'all see the, oh, what a camera at? Can y'all see the little thing twirling? That means she typing me something bad. Oh, I will snitch. Why you ain't put it in? Why? Don't put it in the chat. Put it on the page where you was typing stuff. Oh man. See what I gotta go through? And I'm supposed to be the talent. Nobody cares. Let me get this thing so I can put it right quick. Man, wait till I get my attorney involved in this. Whew, I am being traumatized and harassed all at the same time. So, y'all got any questions for me before we call this show? Anybody? What? Hold on, did you say something about my gray beard? Just want y'all to see this. Where October, 4 times in August. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna show y'all his number, but can y'all see that? Them all the Mason. And he ain't got my number. That's how I'm mistreated. So, I don't know. I'm finished with my drink. If y'all got anything, just send it to me. Inbox me. However you do it. Ari, we gotta get you back on the show. She gave me some ideas. So I want to give her credit. She invited a couple people to the show. Invite your friends sometimes. Show, hey man, ain't nothing wrong with having company. Hold on, and it's not a gray beard, Crystal. Don't be disrespectful. It's white. It's pure. Gray is kind of dingy. Don't make me. Oh, now he trying to. Yep. Now he trying to call me. Can y'all believe that? Don't try to call me doing the show, player. He ain't got my number, but he calling me. Why they do that at y'all? Anyway, y'all know what it is. Melly, you ain't been here before, but this is how we end the show. Peace, popcorn, and chicken grease. And we out. I ain't got no more sips to take.